Kansas City area, and today I'm going to bring you a 30-minute weightlifting workout. I'm going to be using 10-pound dumbbells to keep it simple, but if you want a variety of weights to use throughout your workout today, that'd be great. I'm going to be moving us through a series of compound exercises in an interval fashion. So we're going to have 4 rounds. Each round is going to bring 3 exercises that we're going to do 3 times through. To start us off, we are going to warm up with no weights at all. So just stand with your feet about hip distance apart, take an inhale and reach those arms up, circle those arms down, and then reach towards the toes. And we're just going to do that a few times. Keep those arms long and strong, reach through those fingertips. Good, let's go one more in this direction. And then we're going to switch the direction of that arm circle, just to get those shoulders nice and warm and prepared for that upper body movement. Let's take one more. Awesome, let's stand tall and let's take some squats. Sit down and lift up. Just working at a pace to get your body warm here. Getting that lower body nice and mobile, sitting back nice and deep into that squat. Let's take a couple more just like this. And then I want you to squat back at a diagonal and reach towards your back foot, moving side to side. This is going to get those hips open a little bit more. Finding some nice depth into that squat. We're going to go a couple more times each way. Maybe you find yourself sitting a little bit lower. Finish your last one, and then bring it on up. To finish our warm-up, we're going to do a little inchworm. So let's walk those hands down towards the legs to the floor, out to a plank, back in, and stand up. Alternate your leading arm. Out to a plank, back to the toes, and lift up. Those knees can be soft. Engaging the core here. Good, let's go a couple more. Last one for me. Awesome. All right, so we are going to move into our first interval of weights. I'm going to preview the movement, and then we're going to get started. So go ahead and reach down and grab those weights. Our first exercise is going to be a marching squat with a biceps curl. So you're going to sit down into that squat, pick one knee up, and take a bicep curl, alternating your lead leg. The second exercise is going to be a reverse lunge with an overhead tricep extension. So reverse lunge back and stand tall. Weights go behind the head. And the last exercise that we're going to do for this first round is an upright row to a back fly. So upright row first, and then we'll tip forward and take that back fly. Let's get started. Squat down, bicep curl. Alternating your knees. Finding depth in your squat. Keeping your spine nice and strong. Good. At the top, drive into your heels and get that activation into the glutes. Keeping stability in the spine throughout the movement. Letting those knees track those toes. Let's go one more each way, and then we're going to take those reverse lunges. Bring the weights to the chest. Press them up. Lunge one leg back. Weights go behind the head. And then extend those weights up towards the ceiling. You want to keep your elbows fixed about shoulder distance apart. Making sure that you're taking a full extension through the arm at the top. Feeling those triceps tighten and shorten as you reach up. On that reverse lunge, big step back. Sink into those knees. Last one. Awesome. Bring the weights to the chest and down. Upright row, hinge, take your back fly. Squeeze the glutes when you take that upright row. Good. On the upright row, you want the elbows to be leading. so they're always higher than those weights. On your back fly, you're keeping stability in the spine, and those arms are going to go out wide. You're going to feel the back of the shoulders and the muscles in that upper back fire on. Awesome. Finish this last one. Back to our marching squat with biceps. Now I'm moving at a nice, even pace, but if you want to, make sure that you slow the movement down, or vice versa, speed it up. Good. Finding depth in that squat. Each time, squeezing those glutes at the top. Knees tracking those toes, keeping that chest lifted. Let's take those weights overhead, back into those reverse lunges. Lunge back. Weights directly behind the head. You want to feel the back of those arms stretch as the weight drops. Keeping that chest upright. Good. Let's focus on depth into those legs on our lunges. Get nice and low. Sink into those knees. Good. Each time you step up, you feel those glutes fire on. Let's go one more each way. Back into our upright row to back fly. Elbows lead, tip at the hip, and fly. Squeeze the glutes when you stand back up. Good, so as you're taking that upright row, you want those weights to be staying close to your body, gliding up and down that torso. On that back fly, you want to make sure that you're keeping length through the spine and pulling that belly button in to support your back. Last one here. Awesome. We finished our first round. Moving on to our second round. The first exercise is a front lunge. We're tipping at the hip, taking a row, and stepping back, alternating those legs. Second exercise is a deadlift. First, reaching towards the shins, lift up, front raise and side raise, alternating side to side. Last exercise is a curtsy to an overhead press. Pressing when we're taking that curtsy lunge. Awesome. Let's get started with our front lunge. Lunge forward and row. Return. Big step front, sinking into those legs. You're tipping into the hip and reaching those weights to either side of that front leg. So you're feeling the weight into that front leg. Make sure that you're keeping your spine long and your belly in to protect the back. Now you're holding that lunge and taking that row. You want to be leading with the elbows and feeling the squeeze in between those shoulder blades. Last one for me, and stand tall. Let's take our deadlift, front raise and side raise. Deadlift, and alternate those arms. So one arm goes front, one arm goes to the side. On our deadlift, we want the weights to stay close to the front of those legs as we tip at the hip and reach down towards those shins. Weight might shift into the balls of the feet a little bit at the top. Fire on those glutes. Connect those hamstrings and glutes together. Last one. Awesome. Bring those weights to the shoulders. Curtsy, overhead press. Alternating those legs. Moving from one side to the other. That back leg crosses behind. This is going to target our glutes a little bit differently. Now, if this doesn't work for your knees, you can always just take it back to a reverse lunge, going straight back. Good. Reach to the sky on that overhead press. Reach through those knuckles, wrists. Nice and straight. Last one, return. Weights down, take that front lunge, tip at the hip and row. Step back. So you're gonna feel the work into those legs. Okay, you feel the quads fire on as you tip forward, and then you have to power off that front foot to step back. Make sure that you're still firing on that back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get those muscles fired up. We're gonna take one more. And step back. Deadlift, front raise, side raise. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Good, so we want to have nice stability in our spine as we tip front. We want to tilt that tailbone up a little bit as we tip front and feel that nice length into the backs of the legs. It's okay for those knees to be soft as we are tipping front, okay? At the top, remember we're squeezing glutes and we're working those shoulders. One more. Let's go. Tip front and lift it up. Weights at the shoulders. Curtsy lunge, overhead press. One side to the next. Good. Full body movement here. Lower legs, core for stability, and those shoulders. Good. Drive through those knuckles as you reach up. Thinking about those biceps coming to either side of those ears. Sinking low in that curtsy. Let's keep moving here, team. Keep breathing. One more. Awesome. Front lunge with our row. Step front, pull, and step back. Sink into those legs. You want to think about both knees bending to about 90 degrees when you lunge front. And that front knee right over that heel. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades each time you pull back. Elbows pulling together. Squeeze and return. Keep moving. Let's take one more. Back to our deadlift. Feet about hip distance apart. Tip front, front raise, side raise. Awesome. Keep moving. Now, as I said in the beginning, if you need a variety of weights here, maybe you need to vary it up and go a little bit heavier on some of these exercises, and then maybe go a little bit lighter on some others. Good. Keep breathing. Give me that booty squeeze at the top each time. Let's take one more. Awesome. We have our curtsy, overhead press, side to side. Remember, you're working at a pace here where you're in control of your movement. Now, if you want to go a little bit faster than me, that's great. Just make sure you're maintaining that control. Vice versa, if you want to slow it down, maybe even set those weights down for a second, that's okay too. Keep your body moving. Keep your body breathing. We still have a couple more here, and then we're going to move into our third round. Awesome, team. So, next 3 exercises, we only need one weight. So, we're going to take a wide squat, and we're going to pass the weight up and overhead, taking it to the other side. Pass overhead, take it to the other side. Now, then we're going to take a chop with our side lunge, side to side. Last one is going to be a little lizard. So the weight will be down. We're going to lunge back. Inside hand is going to reach onto that weight, press up, and then we'll switch legs. Ready to go? Let's reach down. In that wide squat, pass that weight up and overhead. Reach, pass it overhead. So we're kind of stepping out to a wider squat here. Okay, sinking low into those legs. Finding a little more depth here. Okay, opening those hips a little bit more too. Knees and toes might turn out a little bit. Good, trying to pass that weight up and overhead. Getting that heart rate up a little bit. Awesome. Weight's gonna stay overhead. Take your side lunge, chop it to the outside of your ankle, come center, and take it to the other side. So your outside leg is gonna bend. Your inside leg is gonna stay straight. You wanna feel the stretch to the inside of your thigh on that straight leg. Sinking those hips, nice and low, finding that depth. Chopping to the outside of your ankle, engaging those spinal rotators. Last one, and return. Set that weight down, come down to your lizard, reach that weight up. Alternate legs, reach up, and alternate. So you're gonna start off with a little bit of a pull, like a row, and then press that weight up to the sky. It's gonna finish above your shoulder. Arm will be extended. Keeping our hips nice and low here. Stability into the shoulder girdle of our supporting arm. Last one. Awesome. Bring it up. Let's take that wide squat. Reach to the outside, pass up and overhead. Pass up and overhead. Big wide squat. Maybe you're getting a little bit lower this time. Dropping into those hips. Awesome. Keep moving. As you pass that weight up and overhead, exhale. It'll help. Weights overhead, take that side lunge, chop it down, and return. This time, let's really focus on that chop. Let's get that full body movement. Chop down. Feel that torso. Fire on. Sink into those legs. Remember that inside leg is straight. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Reach at the top. Get low and lift. Get low and lift. Let's go. One more. Each way. Come on. Let's take it down to that lizard. Grab your weight. Reach it up. Switch those legs. Good. So as you're reaching up, you're rotating into your spine. Feel your shoulders fire on as you press. Okay? Feel the triceps tighten as you press. Feel the back work as you pull. Stay low in those legs. You've got this. One more for me. Awesome. Stand on up. Last round. We're going to take that wide squat, pass the weight up and overhead. Reach down. Good. Take a big stance here. Side to side. Remember, knees are tracking those toes as we squat down. Find that depth. Come on, get a little bit lower. Get it low. Feel that lower half working. Awesome. Keep it up. You got one more. Weight stays overhead. Side lunge. Chop. And center. Good. Full body here. Reaching to the outside of your ankle. Working up that sweat. Getting that blood pumping. Feeling those muscles working. Awesome. Once more each way. Awesome. Let's take it down to that lizard. Grab your weight. Reach up and switch. Reach up and switch. So this is going to be our last exercise, our last interval for this third round. Then we're going to move on to our last round of exercises. All three of them are going to be done on the floor. So after this one, you're just going to stay down. If you have a mat, grab it. Otherwise, you're just going to make your way all the way down. Finish your last one. Awesome. So, we're going to start off with a chest press and a hip lift. Football goalpost arms, chest press to hip lift, alternating the two. You'll set one weight down, holding onto one. You're going to tuck the chin, roll up, 4 Russian twists, and then tuck the pelvis, roll down. Last exercise, reverse curl, knees to weights, crunch up, weights to toes. Ready? Grab both weights, football goalpost arms, feet about hip distance apart, chest press to hip lift. So you want to be squeezing the glutes, really push through those hips. Get that nice hip extension at the top. On that chest press, knuckles reach up to the sky. Okay? Weights are going to be moving right over that shoulder chest line here. Keeping your spine nice and long. Good, keep moving here. Set one of your weights down. Holding onto the other, tuck the chin, roll up. 4 Russian twists. Tuck the pelvis, roll down. Try to keep the weight close to the chest. Tuck the pelvis, roll down. Now if you want to, you can always have those feet up for a little bit more of a challenge. Tuck the pelvis, roll down. Trying to keep the weight close to the chest as you roll down, as you roll up. Good, keep stability into your hips when you're up in that boat. Coming down, reverse curl. Knees towards the weights, crunch up, weight towards the toes. Reach towards the toes. Now can we modify with feet down? Absolutely. Reach over those knees. Good, so you want to be working in a C-curve position when you're curling in and when you're curling up. Feeling that tightening and that shortening into the torso. Finish your last one. Set those feet down. Grab both weights. Chest press, hip lift. Alternating the two. And it's reciprocal. So as you press up, those hips are lowering down. As those hips come up, those weights are coming down. Compound movement, full body work here. Good, really squeezing into the glutes at the top, pushing into those heels. Awesome, set one weight down. Now we're going to take that roll up. 4 Russian twists. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the pelvis, roll down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the pelvis, roll down. Try to keep the weight close to the chest. As you roll up, as you roll down. Remember, if you want more of a challenge, those feet are going to come up off of the mat. Awesome. Finish this last one. Take your reverse curl. Knees towards the weight. Crunch up. Reach towards those toes. Stretch those arms. See if the weight can tap those toes. core here. Feeling that ab burn. Trying to keep the weight close to the chest when you're taking that reverse curl. So those abs have to work a little bit harder to get the knees to the weight. Grab your other weight. Last round here. Chest press, hip lift. Good, so we're really driving through those heels, squeezing into the glutes at the top, and keeping those weights right over the shoulder, chest line. Lengthen that spine, engaging the inner thigh so those knees are not bowing out. Push into the insides of those feet. Awesome. Set one weight down. Let's go. Roll up. Russian twist. 4 times. Roll down. Keeping the weight close to the body. As you roll down, as you roll up. Little more challenging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Really get into that rotation at the top. Think about your elbow pulling back, 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 back. Finish your last one. All right, reverse curl. Knees to the weight. Roll up. Reach towards those toes. Remember, feet can be down if needed. This is your last interval. Last exercise. Stick with it. Stay strong. Keep breathing. Try not to let momentum take over on that reverse curl. Really get that pinch, that activation into the core. Last one, and you're done. Awesome work. Let's stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to keep my legs long. It's okay for you to give your knees a soft little bend there. We're going to start off by just opening those arms out to the side, maybe adding a gentle extension into the spine. Rotate to the palms, face back and press back. Feel that stretch into the shoulders, maybe those biceps. Reach those arms up. Let's fold over those legs. Nice length in the spine. Relax the neck. Sit bones are nice and stable here. One more breath. And roll it on up. All right, let's stand it on up. Let's take a tricep stretch on one arm. Add a side stretch with it. Keeping that top shoulder open. Good. Bring it on up. Take that same arm across for a shoulder stretch. Same leg back. Little tuck into the tail. Feel that stretch across the front of that back hip. And bring it up. Other side, tricep stretch. And then add that side stretch with it. And take that shoulder stretch across. Step back. Little tuck into the tail. Feeling that stretch across the front of the hip. And bring it in. Awesome job today, guys. Thanks for working out with me.